guys, this is Tara with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm jumping in with a tag that my friend Ouassima from Ouassimagik asked me to participate in. She was like, do you want to do this tag? You don't have to if you don't want to. And I was like, of course. And her tag is in French, and I am not a fluent French speaker, so of course my reply is going to be in English, but I do encourage all of you to maybe try and do this tag as well. So it is open, of course, she says, to her French speaking community, but she is also having it open to the English speaking community. So the tag is called Ma routine du matin, which is like my morning routine. So she calls this Mes habitudes saines et spirituelles du matin, which is my healthy and spiritual morning habits. So let's go ahead and jump into it. How I kind of incorporate my spirituality into my morning routine. So as soon as that alarm goes off at 5:30 a.m. Number one, I press snooze and I go back to bed for another 10 minutes. Okay, but then once that 10 minutes is up, I am out of bed and I have these long selenite rods that I keep next to my bed. And as soon as I get up, I just do like a quick aura clearing, just because, you know, as we dream and sleep, I just kind of feel like there's stuff that, you know, we're processing and downloading while we sleep, and it's just kind of nice to, for me, it's like having that splash of water on the face, but it's like a splash of cool water on your aura, I guess. So yeah, so I like to kind of do this in the morning. I also do it in the evening, but you know, I just do a little, just quick, like takes like whatever, like 10 seconds to, you know, just do my whole aura. And I also have a spray that I created myself with my own, like my essential oils, that I keep inside my nightstand. So I just open my nightstand and just like, I just do like 3 little spritzes, and it just, it's that scent. You know, I associate everything with scent, so it's my cue to wake up, you know, that it's now time to wake up and start the day, and here we go. But also for me, it's also waking up my spirit as well. You know, spirit's like, okay, we are now, we have our antennae up, we are now taking in information, external information coming in from source, you know, and our guides and all of that. So, you know, I have this. And then of course, you know, I, you know, brush my teeth, wash my face, you know, get dressed and all of that. I am very fortunate that the dude makes me breakfast every morning. So he always makes me 2 eggs. And then he makes an egg for Loki. And so Loki doesn't eat the actual egg, he actually cuts it so that the yolk comes out, and so Loki loves to have the egg yolk, and then Wally has the rest of my egg yolk, you know, when I'm done eating my eggs. But the whole time I'm just like getting myself ready. I'm going over like things I'm gonna do first, you know, once I get to work. You know, I work at a school. But I'm also calling in my guides too, like help me guide me through the day. Please protect myself and my students and the school, you know, throughout the day. And so this is just like mentally while I'm getting ready. Then I go and I get my tea ready. And I have the exact same tea every morning when I'm getting ready for work. The tea will vary on the weekends when I'm just making, you know, like casually, I get to like dip into my herbs and make some tea. But I prefer like the ready-made sachets of tea for the work week, because I don't have a lot of time to go through all of my herbs and be like, oh, I'm gonna use this herb and I'm gonna use this herb. So I just like to use this. This is from the Republic of Tea. I think they make really good tea. This is called Get Limber. And what's in here is organic green rooibos, ginger, orange peel, turmeric, cat's claw, and yucca extract. And I just feel that a nice herbal tea is really good for me. I try not to have too many stimulants in my digestive system, because I do have, you know, a little bit of a heart condition, so I try to keep the stimulants to a low dosage. So this is just herbal, and it's just kind of like, you know, kind of warms up my body, just kind of gets me ready. I just feel like it gets everything moving. Plus I love the you know, the ingredients in here. I really do that feel like ginger energizes my system, you know, both my etheric system and my physical system. So, you know, that's really good. Just before I leave for work, I quickly grab a stone that I feel drawn to for the day. So I can't take a large stone with me, so this is something that has to fit in my pocket. Today it just so happened to be a black tourmaline, so this is a tumbled piece of black tourmaline. I do have some untumbled pieces, but if I'm going to be carrying something with me to work or throwing in my purse, or I prefer to have it in a pocket, but if I'm wearing something that doesn't have pockets, it's going to be in my purse. And then I leave it on my desk when I'm at school so that I can always see it. Sometimes I walk around the classroom and I keep it in my hand. I just kind of like roll around in my hand, depending on what it is. But I prefer the tumbled pieces just because I don't want to damage some of my more rough pieces of stones. And then just before I leave for work, I pull some cards of the day, and I leave them on my nightstand just kind of as something to meditate on my way to work and to reflect back on kind of throughout the day as I think back to the cards that I pulled. And then when I come home from work, obviously I want to, take a look at like, oh, how did that correspond with my day? What connections could I make? What could I journal about? But this is all about, my routine, my morning routine, so this week I'm using the Birds Oracle deck, and I'm also using my Tarot cards, and then I like to incorporate either stones, runes, whatnot to kind of add into the reading. So I had already pulled a stone for the day, or rune for the day. So those cards are already on my nightstand, but I pull those just before I head out the door. Then on my way to work, as I'm driving, of course, while remaining cognizant of all the other cars on the road and, keeping myself aware of, the road itself, I am doing kind of like a waking meditation. So one where, I don't know if other people do this. So my brain is in like meditation mode, but physically I am very focused on what's going on around me, because can't really like meditate and drive like traditionally, otherwise you would probably crash. So it's more like I'm thinking all of this while I'm driving and while I'm maintaining my awareness of what is around me. So I just there's a few angels that I call in, and I thank them for protecting me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And then I thank my animal guides. I thank the celestial beings, elementals. There are a few that I name, by name. And then I thank my ancestors, relatives, gods, goddesses, ascended masters, and all other angels and all other beings that guide me in the highest love, light, and compassion. And I, again, might name some by name, just like, thank you for guiding me today. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for helping me with my dream work last night. I then ground myself, and I just imagine like roots spreading out and just connecting with like root systems like all over this planet. So I ground, I center, I imagine, protective. What I imagine changes from day to day. It might be protective white light. It might be I'm like inside a really cool piece of quartz. Usually I'm in a stone, which is kind of cool. I might be imagining myself like all done up like a samurai, and I got like this like gold armor on, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I, ground, protect, clear, make sure that I'm, connected. Of course we always are, but it's just like good to have that visualization. Let's see. And then, there's some affirmations I say aloud. I say I'm the green witch, the head witch, that I am, a claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, clairtangent, clairhealer. I kind of made up that one, that clairhealer, but I like say it just anyway, just, and it's like a, affirmation to myself that, I am these things so that I can remain confident that I am these things because I am, and so, and then I, just before I get to work, because getting to work is about a 15-minute drive, if 20, maybe almost 20 if I hit every single light getting there. But I don't have to take the freeway. It's just like roads up to the school that I work at. So I then after that imagine a color, and I just let my intuition choose the color. So whatever color starts coming to me, it starts coming into my physical being, and I just like to see where that color goes, to see what I need to focus on that day. So, you know, maybe there's a color coming in, it's purple, but it's heading towards the root chakra, like, you know, so, you know, it just gives me something to think about. And then I just kind of imagine myself, my whole being filling with that color, and I just like breathe in and just breathe out. And again, this is all just while I'm driving. This is literally like less than 15 minutes of driving and thinking all of this, just breathing in, breathing out, making sure that like this color just saturates all of me. But you know, where it's located is wherever it decided to go inside my body. So that's where it's like emanating from, as it just like fills my whole being. And then there's an affirmation that I say aloud. I go through my gratitudes, and this is as I'm pulling into the teacher's parking lot. You know, I usually say something along the lines of, I am very grateful for the dude, for Wally, for Loki, for my beautiful home, my wonderful garden, my wonderful roses. I thank you for the clothes on my back and the food in my belly. You know, I think that I have enough money in the bank to pay my bills. Thank you for this stable job that I have. I thank you for the wonderful relations that I have with, you know, people all around me. I thank you for, you know, a nice work environment. Thank you for the students that I have this year. I actually have like a lot of thank yous. Thank you, I am grateful for. And that just kind of, you know, helps set the tone for the day. You know, I mean, I may have had a grumpy night's sleep, but usually when I get to the gratitudes part, it's like, you know, I have a lot to be grateful for. You know, I could have been sleeping out on the street, you know, but instead I was in a really nice bed inside a really nice home in a beautiful neighborhood, you know, so I like to kind of like keep things in perspective. So anyway, that's it. That is my morning routine. And then that's basically the end of the morning. The rest I'm at work, you know. You know, so like I said, I would, you know, have my stone if I didn't have a pocket, like I wasn't wearing something with pockets, you know, this would be on my desk or like next to my computer on my desk, or maybe in my hand while I'm teaching. You know, I don't need to be like, but you know, it's in my hand while I'm teaching. But yeah, you know, I have stones at school. I do a little like thing, I guess, you know, before the students come in, you know, and usually they start trickling in about 5 minutes before the first warning bell, you know, to the scurry bell, get to class, because they have like 6 minutes to get to class. So before that first bell rings, they start trickling in 5 minutes before. So before they start doing that, you know, I just do a, you know, please keep myself and my students safe today. I always call in Archangel Metatron. So Metatron, please come in and help my students to remain calm so that I can give them the instruction they need and the education they need from me. You know, so I always ask for calm. And usually I envision like a pink mist just settling down on the seats and just like calming the whole classroom. I'm like, yeah. Helps me to calm down too. But yeah, so that's it. That is ma routine du matin, my morning routine. And I would love to hear what your morning routines are, your healthy spiritual morning habits. What do you guys do, you know, magically in the morning? I wish that I had more time to do like an actual sit down meditation before work, or, you know, at least sit and meditate at the altar before work, or journal or something, but I don't have that time. I mean, I could make time. That means I would have to get up earlier, but I'm not really a morning person. I guess I'm really not an evening person. My happy time, like my full-on energy is like mid-afternoon. But anyway, that's it for me, spiritual homies. I really hope that you jump in on this tag, and thank you, Ouassima, for inviting me into the tag. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I will catch you, spiritual homies, later. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading for me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com, and here's Wally. See his tail. And if you want to send a little love my way, think about joining that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittensweightsandtarot. And yeah, that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken curries. Peace out.